Coming up on this edition of Speed Chronicles, let's talk about special events.
SIG Media presents Speed Chronicles with Todd Lewis, powered by RevTV.
Thanks for checking out this week's edition of Speed Chronicles. We do it every Wednesday. You'll find it on your favorite podcast platform. You'll find it on the RevTV YouTube channel. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Share it on the socials as well. We appreciate the thoughts, ideas, comments, and feedback. First off, let me say, thank you for all the love. Over the last week, I am so appreciative and touched by all the kind words I received in person at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park when I was there this past weekend. Phone calls, text messages, DMs. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of them. Racing people are special. Thank you very, very much. Okay, let's get into a few racing things now. As mentioned, spent the weekend for a good portion of it at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. It's been a Victoria Day tradition for about 20 or 25 years now. Being there on the long weekend, the NASCAR Canada Series kicks off its season. A lot of change has taken place within NASCAR Canada this year. Talked about it on a number of the previous episodes on this season of Speed Chronicles, and I think a lot of that change showed. There were a lot of new people that are now working with the series, a lot of people in new and evolved roles, and I'm not going to make a final judgment on whether something is good or bad or working or not working on the first attempt. I want to see more. I don't want to make that kind of judgment on everybody's first day of school kind of thing. I'm not sure that that's fair. I heard a lot of good things, talked to a lot of people, heard a lot of good things, and believe there are some wait and see how things go as maybe a more accurate way to describe some of the good things. I don't think it's fair to be overly critical on someone's first day at the job. If you take on a new job and in a new role and you're perfect at it on the first day, you're probably overqualified. So there are lots of folks in new roles for the first time at CTMP within the NASCAR Canada Series. I think there was a lot of on-the-job learning that took place at race number 1. And if so, good. That's positive. Spent a lot of time at CTMP and wandering around and seeing the different series and seeing different people involved in them. And all I can say is this crowd was absolutely enormous for Victoria Day. The consensus was that if it wasn't the all-time record crowd, it was certainly amongst the biggest Victoria Day weekend crowds ever. And congratulations. Fantastic. Well done. The spring has been so crappy and everybody, I think, was just eager to get outside. The weather on Sunday was tremendous. Friday was pretty good as well. Well done. Job well done by everyone. Really just fantastic for showing up and supporting motorsports. As anyone who's followed the NASCAR Canada Series knows, there's great racing action to be found. There are some terrifically talented teams, some talented drivers, but the word I'll use to describe the first event that took place over the weekend, it was kind of messy. The series bills itself as the best in the country, and rightfully so, but there's room for improvement in a number of areas, to say the least. From the start of the driver introductions to the checkered flag, this show took well over 3 hours. That is way too long. The race itself is listed as running 2 hours and 24 minutes, but that doesn't include the time for the red flag. This was a 3-hour marathon, and not in a good way. It was sloppy. It was not very smooth. There seemed to be a lot of confusion. As I said, first time out, I trust that a lot of unknowns are now known, and I suspect there will be some things that change and evolve and improve by the time the next go-around comes up at the Autodrome Chaudière in a couple of weeks. The car count for the series was great. 32 was unbelievable. We'll see how the numbers look at the events coming up. As you would expect, lots of positive words being used right now. It's the start of a new season. We've got people in places and things are going great and things are running on rails. Let's see the evidence now. It's nice to see new partners have come on board. I'm happy about that. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done here. As I've stated previously, and I told many people face-to-face at the track over the weekend, I want to see this series grow and get closer to its potential. I'll do what I can to help that happen. But there's room to grow. And with the actual season of competition underway, wouldn't it be nice if the series confirmed how we're going to be deciding which cars can enter the NASCAR Canada Series race that's part of the Markham Indy? The entry list is going to be very limited. It's restricted. The talk is 24 cars. They might allow it to go a little higher, but only if there's a good reason. And because it's part of one of the biggest weekends in the country, there's a lot of interest from racers and teams that want to be part of this race. But everyone I spoke to is not really sure of the criteria that's going to allow them in. There's some teams that raced yesterday that aren't sure if they're going to be able to race at the Markham Indy. All the top teams will get in on points. That's fine. But everybody else is still kind of in the dark. And this is the kind of stuff that needs to be buttoned up. Communication's a key message being stated and making a commitment by the series this year. So let's communicate. A couple of quick things about the NASCAR All-Star Race that took place at Dover. And it still sounds weird for me to say that. It was kind of a mess and confusing as well. What is it doing at Dover, and what is it doing taking place on a Sunday afternoon? This is a Saturday night shootout race. I think it should be run closer to home at Charlotte. I know it was until it started wandering away a few years ago. That's when it worked. It's easy for the teams to participate. And everybody's saying it wasn't right. It didn't feel like an all-star race. It just felt like just kind of another race and another race weekend. And it was at Dover. It was a Sunday afternoon. It wasn't Saturday night. So here's some quick things to do that I think you can fix it. Short and sweet. Race winners, pole sitters, they're in the main show. Qualifying race to get the rest of the field set, just as those that haven't automatically qualified by a race win or a pole. The top two of the qualifying race get into the feature. Now, there's also been some discussion about the prize money. So much has been made about it, and the total purse for the All-Star race last weekend was a little over $3 million. Some are suggesting, paying $1 million to win 25 years ago was a big deal. It's not as big a deal now. Okay, I get you. So if you win the open race to qualify to get in, if you win it, that's the only one that pays out. You get $500,000. Think that'll spur some competition? And if you win the All-Star race, the main event, it's $2.5 million to win, winner take all. That's it. That's how you put excitement back into this event. Do it at Charlotte, Saturday night, under the lights, lots of action, sparks flying. It's not brain surgery. This is NASCAR. It's fun. It's entertainment. Doesn't count for points. It is a show. You are putting on a show to get some attention, try and attract more fans and new fans. This is an easy way to introduce casual fans to the sport. Don't overthink it. Winner take all, big prize money to the winner. This Sunday coming up is one of my favorite days of the year. It's going to be different this year, because previously the Monaco Grand Prix would have run in the morning, then the Indianapolis 500 in the afternoon, and the Coke 600 in the evening. This year, Indy 500 is going to kick it off. Then it's the Canadian Grand Prix, then the 600. I'm still not sure how I feel about this. There's the weather question and how are the fans going to receive it. I think it's going to be a huge turnout. It'll be great. Hopefully the weather cooperates and everything runs smoothly in Montreal in May. It can be a little bit iffy. The Canadian Grand Prix is a tremendous event. The city is absolutely alive during this week, and the Montreal Canadiens have advanced in the Stanley Cup playoffs, so that's going to take things to a whole other level, and it's going to cause some difficulty as well, I think, too. Fortunately, the Canadiens open up on the road. They won't be playing in Montreal on Saturday night. They'll be out of the city, but I'm pretty sure they're going to want to have a watch party at the Bell Center and put 20,000 people in there. It'll be a very interesting Formula One weekend because any event planned on Thursday night and Saturday night when the Canadiens are playing, well, you better have a way for people to keep up on what's happening with the Montreal Canadiens. Because, yeah, Formula One is hugely popular, but this is talking about the Habs are the oxygen of the city. There is one area of concern that I was reading about. Apparently, the strippers are looking to stage a strike for better wages and working conditions, and Formula One weekend is the busiest weekend of the year, so they are thinking of targeting this weekend as a strike. This could only happen in Montreal. What a city with personality. So I'm looking forward to enjoying a full day of racing action Sunday. I won't be at either event this year, but I plan to camp out. I've already kind of laid out the weekend schedule, just drinks and snacks and just taking it all in. I don't know what the snacks are going to be yet. Haven't formulated the menu. If you've got favorites, if you've got suggestions or ideas, please welcome them. I like all the traditional favorites. The Indianapolis 500 for atmosphere, man, there is nothing like it. It is a great experience. If you get the opportunity and the privilege to go see it, it is worth it. It's an adventure. It's a once in a lifetime event to go to a race or an event that big with 300,000 plus people. I've worked the race. I've worked covering it a number of times. It is an absolute highlight for sure. And the same thing for the Canadian Grand Prix. Boy, it's a special atmosphere. So I'm curious to see this weekend as well how Catherine Legg does in attempting the double with the Indianapolis 500 in the afternoon and the Coke 600 in the evening. I hope it goes well. I'm not sure that it's a great opportunity for success at either of these two races. That with the teams that she's working with, I just don't know what the opportunities for success are. It is an absolutely grueling challenge to even consider. It's kind of like doing back-to-back marathons and having to travel in between to get from one to the other. It's hard. Physically and mentally, it's really hard. So I hope it goes well, and I hope there's some success. But I'm excited and looking forward to a great weekend of racing. Hope you are too. Thanks for checking out this edition of Speed Chronicles again. Hit the like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend of racing. Do it again next Wednesday.